Good afternoon. We will reconvene the adjourned meeting of the New Ulm Public Utilities Commission to take up some additional business that was on our agenda last week. First, we do not have anyone participating remotely, so this is not conducted by teleconference. Then we have the old business of our investor service bond rating.
Commissioners, John Burmeister from PFM is here to present that information as well as the bond information following in the following item.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. John Burmeister with PFM. I also have my colleague Arcelia Dietert, who's also very important in the bonding process. As the report indicates, Moody's did reconfirm the city and the PUC's AA2 rating. For those that are familiar, AAA is the best. You have the AA1 and then the AA2. So the city's two notches above below a AAA natural rating. And primarily the reason why you're not a AAA is the size of the community. They've said that, you know, the bigger cities that have bigger size, they usually get the higher rating. So the city's really maximized its a AA2 rating that it can achieve. And then with the PUC, this is a double barrel pledge, is the bonds that you're selling. So it has the PUC revenues that pay back the bonds, plus then it has the city's general obligation backing on it. So it's called a double barrel security. So if you're looking for a super secure credit, this is the one, because it has very strong Public Utility Commission debt coverage ratio. It has very strong cash balance, and then it has the very strong general obligation credit of the city behind it as well. So with that, I'll just open it up to any questions that you might have on the rating.
I mean, our rating went up, right, over the last...
It's the same, AA2.
It's been the same since like 2010 or
Yeah.
something like that.
I don't have everything. We're
No.
good as we can really get.
Right.
With some of that, we need a motion to receive this.
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to receive notification that Moody's Investors Service has assigned an AA2 rating to the City of New Ulm General Obligation Public Utility Revenue and Refunding Bonds Series 2021A.
I'll second.
Any discussion of the motion? Let's see, this is a motion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then you're going to speak a little bit on our resolution.
Yeah, earlier today, the city solicited proposals from underwriters on the sale of 3.3 million general obligation public utility revenue refunding bonds. You can see you should have a results of sale, I think, electronically. We ended up receiving 3 bids from underwriters. The first bid is from Northland Securities, and they bid with the local bank, Bank Midwest. And then the second bid was from Robert W. Baird out of Milwaukee, and then finally BOK out of Dallas, Texas. And if you look off to the kind of the middle of the page off to the right, you see a TIR. You can see Northland Securities bid a 1.1021%, and then the cover from Robert W. Baird was a 1.1441%, and the last but not least was also a 1.1478%. So we had projected about a 1.5, so the interest rate stayed the same when we set this up, and actually they came down a little bit, so we're very pleased with the 1.1%. And then also you may recall that a portion of this bond issue was to refund the 2011 bonds, and I'm pleased to say that you're going to save about $10,000 per year on the remaining life of that bond issue. So this issue will be sold. We'll take the proceeds of a portion of this bond issue, and then we'll pay off the old bonds on June 8, 2021. And then that's going to reduce your annual debt payments by about $10,000 per year. So it's a total of about $63,000 of savings. We basically took 3% interest rates, and we now lowered them down to about a 1.1%. So you're saving some money on that. And with that, I'll open up to any questions, and if there aren't any, you can see that after the bids were opened, we were able to decrease the size of the bond to $3,270,000 from the original $3.3 million. And I guess the one other thing that might be of interest to you is the refunding piece, that was payable from the electric utility, so that will be savings into the electric utility portion. And then the new money piece was related to the sewer project that you have. And so this structure allowed us to kind of combine the two pieces together. And then the structure of the sewer portion, we were able to wrap that one around the 2007 bonds that you still have, the PFA loan. And so we were able to decrease or keep the payments lower than if you had sold this on an individual basis. So it was perfect timing with the refunding, with the new money to do this, to wrap around, keep the annual debt payments lower than if you had tried to sell this on a standalone basis. So it was perfect timing. And then we're also working with Nicole and Chris to find other refunding opportunities for you. And we did find a potential another one. That would be the 2013. That's payable from the water fund. Those are callable December of '21. And it just so happens the city has their normal GO bonds being sold in August, mid-August. So we think we can maybe combine another PUC refunding along with the city's bond issue and maybe save this, the PUC some more money on that issue. Rates are still very attractive, so we have to get a few more months into the future to see where they are at that point. But at this point, they look pretty attractive to do another refunding.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any questions other than the rates are low. I'm glad we can take advantage of it.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. There's only 282 pages. What's taking so long?
All right, so I'll offer the resolution and waive the reading authorizing the issuance, awarding the sale, and fixing the form and details for $3.3 million general obligation public utility revenue and refunding bonds, Series 2021A, and authorize the mayor and finance director to execute the bond documents on behalf of the city of New Ulm to finance public utility wastewater projects and refund 2011 bonds.
Second. Okay, any discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, Finance Director can call the roll.
Commissioner Fingland,
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis,
Yes.
Commissioner Visser,
Yes.
President Heine.
Yes. Resolution passes. Next, we have new business. Some repair needs came up. Want to go ahead?
Yes, Commissioners. We recently engaged a firm to clean, wash, and prep our fuel tank, which supplies fuel to our number 5 and number 7 gas turbines. This inspection is required. It's a APT 653 internal-external inspection. They need to be done periodically. And as a result of the inspection, there were several issues that were identified that needed to be addressed. We had expected this inspection to go relatively smoothly, as we had done an inspection previously in 2011, had replaced some of the plates in the fuel tank, and had also put in cathodic protection. But unfortunately, when they got into the tank, they found some additional things that needed to be taken care of. And so this is a timely repair that needs to be done, as those gas turbines, the number 5 and number 7, are in MISO, so they're registered in MISO, and we're also selling the capacity off of those turbines to another entity. So we need to get those back in service and get them back in registered with MISO. Right now, they're scheduled to be back and up and running May 7th. We're probably not going to make that date, so we were going to ask for an extension to May 14th. So this is, we need to get this done. So this is an unbudgeted item. We're asking that you accept the low quote of $70,000. What What will happen after this is done, then the tank will be suitable for a 5-year external inspection, and then it will also be suitable for a 20-year internal inspection interval. So we won't have to drain the tank and look at that again. The fuel right now is sitting in off-site storage with a vendor, so we need to get that back and get that back filled too. So the original budget for the cleaning and the inspection is $50,000. We've spent 40 of that so far. We have an additional 70,000 of unbudgeted repairs. We do have some other projects that were done that came under budget that we'll be able to apply some of the funds to that, absorb some of the overrun. So we're asking for you to approve the repair to J.J. White Incorporated.
I will make the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the quote from J.J. White Incorporated for repairs to the diesel fuel tank for the number 5 and number 7 turbines, which were identified in the APT 653 inspection in the amount of $70,000.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That's the end of our agenda, unless anybody has anything else they want to discuss or comments. Okay, we are adjourned.